I am back again with another video for all of you guys. My phone is charged. I do want to do some tarot readings after this live here for narcissistic abuse. So if you guys are interested, make sure you stay tuned. This is going to be a quick video. It's going to be about the symptoms of narcissistic abuse. I got this information from upbeatimpulse.com of those that were interested and wanted to know where I got my sources from. I love doing a lot of research online, and this also comes from, personal experience of dealing with narcissists. Make sure you guys give this video a like. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Share the videos if you think it'll help someone else. Also hit the notification button. I don't know if you guys know, it's like a bell, so that way you will be informed when I do these lives and when I post other videos up. Also, you guys make sure that you are following me on Instagram. I do lives on there as well. And I might actually do a hi, life is a journey. How are you? So yeah, how are you doing today? And guys, please feel free of, if I missed any of the symptoms of narcissistic abuse, please let me know in the comment box. Share with it, or even in the chat, let me know. But like I said, I got this from upbeatimpulse.com, some symptoms of narcissistic abuse. The reason why I wanted to talk about this is because a lot of people don't really know the symptoms, or they just kind of just deal with it, I guess, without even really acknowledging it, or they don't really understand it. Oh, pretty good. Hope you are safe. Yes, I'm very healthy. Hopefully you're safe and healthy as well. Make sure you're eating your good food. To be honest, I went on a sugar rant earlier. I had a watermelon. I drank some water. I had some crackers and some pieces of strawberry wafer, little bites. So I kind of went on a little sugar rant right now. So balance things out. So after, I'll probably have me like some noodles and mixed like some bell peppers and some greens mixed in it. I usually eat pretty light. I don't know about any of you guys, but like my appetite, I don't have a big appetite, especially since I'm a pescatarian. Well, I'm transitioning over to vegetarian. So I really started making a list of the foods that I eat, because I've been eating out a lot, but I kind of want to start eating in a little bit more, just to be honest with you guys. So yeah. But yeah, so make sure you guys are staying healthy, drinking your water, getting your hand sanitizer, all that good stuff. But yeah, most definitely. I just want to go ahead and get into the topic here, the symptoms of narcissistic abuse. Again, this is really important, especially if those of you that don't know you're dealing with a narcissist. Some of you guys might experience this and you may wonder why. It's because you have been abused by narcissists. Me personally, I know I have experienced a lot of these. But it was after the fact I found out that I was dealing with one, and it was so hurtful. It crushed me. I was really devastated. But again, I grew from this, and I learned to become a better person, and I learned to share my story and help other people. So hopefully a lot of you guys are doing things like this as well. So let's go ahead and get into it, you guys. The symptoms of narcissistic abuse. So we got physical. So some physical symptoms, make sure you guys give this video a like. So it would be, a physical symptom would be low life energy. You might experience some headaches. Some of you guys might experience slow tolerance for stress, irritability and exhaustion. And you guys could like leave your experiences as well. Like, what were the symptoms that you guys might have had when you were dealing with the narcissist? It was reconnected. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to bring the chat back. But yeah, me personally, I know that, my energy was low. For sure, when I was around my aunt narcissist, I used to live with her for 5 years. So you can only imagine what I went through, and it was just excruciating. Like the pain that I experienced, the mental abuse, the verbal abuse, the psychological abuse. It made me stronger. It did bring me closer to God. And I'm forever grateful in regards to that. But I remember my energy was low. As far as headaches, I can't really recall headaches. I know like when I was dealing with the male narc, I experienced like little headaches like here and there. I'd be tired a lot. Now, when it came to stress, I do remember feeling stressed because when I was living with my aunt, not only dealing with her abuse, But the stress of working, the stress of going to college, and trying to make a name for myself, and also trying to do good and feel like I'm contributing to the home, and I'm becoming somebody. So it was a lot that I had to deal with. I had a lot of pressure. So if you can only imagine that, and again, what I said, the whole exhaustion. So I know a lot of you guys might feel like you're tired, so these are some of the physical symptoms you might experience when you're dealing with a narcissist. All right, now we're going to go to emotional. Now, some emotional symptoms you might feel is, a lot of us, we could feel worthless and devalued, neglect your own emotional needs, blaming yourself, and emotional confusion. Now, again, I got this information from upbeatimpulse.com. Make sure you guys check that out. But like, I can literally say I felt all this. I did feel worthless. I did feel devalued when even while I was living with my aunt. And it wasn't like within the first year or two. I want to say it was maybe like the third or fourth year, especially like when I started to try to like assert my independence. When I tried to really do what it was that I was striving for in life. And I understand that nobody's perfect. Nobody gets out of life without making a mistake. You might choose a wrong career path, or you might try out a career and then you find out that's not what you want to do. But for me, I'm always just like, at least it was something that you was interested in, not something that, somebody projected on you or told you that you had to do because that was the way maybe that they did it and they thought it was, a way that you should do it. But I'm looking, and no disrespect to my aunt, she helped me the best way that she could, and I always have a lot of respect for her. But it's just the way that she was living. I mean, people on the outside looking in be like, oh, wow, like, she has a nice life. Like, because, all right, I'm not going to lie, like, she made some pretty good money. Like, she lived in a gated community. She had 3 cars. She was married. Had a pharmaceutical job, lived in California. And you guys know California is very expensive. And she lived in Orange County. And Orange County is, one of the highest places where you could live. It's pretty pricey, and we lived like maybe 10 minutes away from Disneyland. So like, I remember every night, I would always hear the fireworks from Disneyland that was in Anaheim. So, I mean, she made a pretty decent living. But like, for one, she hated her boss. She hated her job. She was a pharmaceutical rep, so she would drive around in her car. It was the car that she had, it was company owned. The company gave it to her. So it was a great job. Don't get me wrong. Like, she made great money, supported herself. The home that we all lived in was huge. It was a big, lovely home. But she was just miserable, hated her work, hated her coworkers, didn't like it at all, was looking to retire soon. And, she kind of projected all that onto us, especially onto me, because I was younger, I was more open. I was more like, I had a fresh perspective on life, and I was, just open and willing to see what was out there. I was just like, okay, I don't have to stick to a certain way of living my life, or I don't have to choose this way to live because somebody else is telling me. Like, I'm open to like new experiences or new ideas and things that interest me or things that would make me happy. You get what I'm saying? And she didn't necessarily agree with that. She wanted me to kind of stick with the status quo, which I can understand. Maybe she was just trying to be a good parent, a good guardian, but it didn't work for me. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. And so that was, by her, abusing me, by her criticizing me and kind of nitpicking like what I was trying to do with my career as I was starting to build myself up, that kind of made me feel worthless. It kind of made me feel devalued. So eventually that was when I was able to go ahead and move on my own. But I think it was like the 5th year that I was living with her. And it was like such a transition. Like, I remember like she did not want me to leave. She was saying like, are you going to be able to take care of yourself? Are you going to be able to pay the rent? The phone bill, I'm paying for it now. Like, are you going to be able to do it by yourself? Like, really just trying to make me feel scared and fearful. But I didn't fall for those tactics. Thank goodness. I have my own mind. I was very strong and an independent thinker. So that's one of the things that I really love about myself, because I know people use a lot of fear tactics, especially narcissists. they want you to be codependent on them, especially the female narcs or the parent. If you ever had a narcissistic parent, they want everyone in the house to be dependent on them. They want to feel like, they got you under control for like mainly like your whole life. They want to control your friends, what you do, where you go. It's kind of sick. It's really sick. They want to keep you as a child, like for life. But anyway, and again, a symptom when you neglect your emotional needs, it's painful. And again, I can give you guys an example. When I was dealing with the male narc, I'm gonna be honest. I was 21. I was young. I'll be 31 May 10th. And at the time, I thought like, okay, if a guy tells you he has a girlfriend, it like basically like he would leave that person for me. That's what I thought. I was naive and I didn't know any better. No one taught me that. I had to find out for myself. But when someone shows you who they are, you have to believe them. You know what I mean? So again, that was a lesson that I had to learn. But I kind of went along with it, and I was thinking, okay, this person is gonna leave their girlfriend for me, or they're gonna, be committed to me, no longer be a player. Like this person actually told me that they were a player. That they really had no intentions on settling down, which I can understand. He was young at the time. I was young, and I guess I was in love with his false self. I wasn't really in love with him because he was a narcissist. We don't love narcissists, guys. So yeah, I ended up neglecting my own needs. So that's another symptom that you're being abused by a narcissist. And again, this is not about beating yourself up. It's just about understanding like the causes of narcissistic abuse. And understand why you might go through some things, and just kind of take it in stride and know that you can overcome this, just as I have. It's just about realizing like what can happen if you have been a victim of a narcissist. All right. So another way, you will blame yourself for everything. And I remember in the beginning, in regards to my aunt, I would blame myself for like her abusing me, for her putting me down, for her criticizing me. I don't know why I did. Again, it's just another symptom. But I would blame myself for the treatment. I was thinking like, oh, well, maybe I deserved it. And maybe, maybe she was right. Everything that she was saying, maybe I should just, go down the road path that she wanted me to. Like when I had moved out, I was kind of thinking like, maybe, man, like, should I move back? Like, was she right all along? But luckily, like I said, I became closer to God, and I realized like, no, like she's miserable. I don't want to be miserable. Like you don't follow in the footsteps of someone that if they're not where you want to be, you don't follow them. You know what I'm saying? Like, can any of you guys relate to anything that I'm saying? Any of you guys are in the room? But yeah, it's just like, yeah, you will blame yourself. And even like if you're dealing with like a partner, like if you're in a relationship, you might blame yourself for like getting lied to or being cheated on. Maybe you might feel like, oh, well, I wasn't as attentive to this person, or I didn't call them as much, or, we didn't spend a lot of time with each other like that anyway. So it's like, I kind of deserve that. And, you just feel less than. You don't feel like you deserve a relationship. You feel like maybe you can't find someone that would fulfill all of your emotional needs, or maybe you just feel like you deserve to be treated like that. Maybe because like when you were younger, you were abused, or maybe you were put down, or you just was mistreated a lot, growing up. And so now you feel like you blame yourself for being mistreated by like a family member or even a romantic partner. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, and then emotional confusion. You're just confused all in all. Like I have a lot of people that email me all the time. And again, I love all of you guys that reach out to me. It means the world. Continue to do that. But I understand that you're confused and you're in a confused state. You don't know why this is happening to you. You don't know who to turn to. You don't know like if the narcissist loved you. Are they going to come back? Do they miss you? Do they care about you? Why you care about this person that hurt you so much? So again, these are all symptoms of narcissistic abuse. This will consume you if you don't, reach out, get the proper help that you need. And again, not blaming yourself or not saying, hey, just like you have to reach out for help. You can't do this by yourself. You get what I'm saying? I guess that's the whole point I was trying to make. But anyway, so let's go ahead and move forward to behavioral symptoms of narcissistic abuse. Detaching from friends, I could definitely relate to this. And some of you guys, I'm sure you guys can relate to this as well. Change behavior in social settings, lower enthusiasm for social activities, and distant behavior. Now, I could definitely give you guys, and the reason why I like to give you guys examples is just so you know that I have been abused by a narcissist. Like, I'm not just on here making these videos like, oh, get a coaching session with me, or oh, get a video audio course, and oh, join the mastermind class. It's like, this is a life experience that I actually went through, and I overcame it. And again, I'm a witness, and I want to let you guys know that you can do the same. You know, it might take you longer, or it might take you less time. It just depends on the situation. But trust me, you will go through these symptoms, but it's up to you to overcome this. I mean, I understand a lot of us, we feel stuck. A lot of us, you know, maybe we have children with the narcissist. Maybe some of us, we are married to the narcissist, or maybe we're living with them. Maybe we're dependent on them financially. We feel like we can't get out of it. But I'm here to let you know that you can. You know, if you believe, if you trust, you have faith, and you're willing to reach out for help, if you're willing to do the work on yourself, like, because I could be on here, I could do these lives, I could do all of this all the time and give you guys tips, advice, and strategies. But it's like, until you take action, you get what I'm saying? There's not going to be much of a change, you know? So that's what it's all about, you know, really changing. I know change is uncomfortable because, you know, it's like fear of the unknown. We don't know what's next. We don't know, you know, if we're going to be in another relationship. We don't know if we're going to be alone for the rest of our lives, or we don't feel like we're good enough. We don't feel like we're worthy enough. But trust me, that's not the case. All right. So yeah, in regards to behavioral symptoms, so we got, well, yeah, I already said it, but so just to kind of go over, I'll give you guys some examples. My bad, you guys. So detaching from friends. Now, when I was dealing with the male narcissist, the first one, well, I only dealt with one, but the other guy that I dealt with, he was a borderline, but he's still considered, you know, unhealthy. But anyway, the first narc that I dealt with, I had a really close friend. We would do everything together. We went to college together. We would hang out all the time. Like, she was a really good friend. We would go out to eat. And she was the one that that I was, you know, really close to when I had first met the male narc that I was seeing. And she even went with me a couple times to visit because I don't know if you guys seen in my previous videos, but I love music and I like to produce music, and I'm getting back into that slowly but surely. The narcissist did try to destroy my dream. That's something that they love to do. They are dream killers. They love to do that. But anyway, when it comes to, I realized slowly but surely I kind of detached from my friend. And it was because the narcissist had really kind of, you know, taken control over my life in a sense. You know, I kind of did allow it, but I didn't realize that that was happening. But slowly but surely, you know, because it'd be like a few times where I'd go, she'd come with me where I go and visit the narcissist, because I was living in Orange County at the time when I was living with my aunt. He was all the way in North Hollywood. And if any of you guys are familiar with California, you know that you have to have a car if you're living in California, especially if you live in Orange County area. Like, if you live in LA, you can always take like the train or the bus transportation. But anyway, again, you know, the narcissist, he had been inviting me over to come and see him, but he was saying things like, oh, you know, well, I'd like for it to just be me and you. So, you know, that kept reoccurring like over and over. So, you know, slowly but surely, I started distancing myself from friends, where I would be choosing the narcissist over my friends. And I had further isolated myself, you know. So that's kind of how they get you, you know, to detach from friends. Or even sometimes you might just start to detach yourself from friends anyway, because you want to maybe impress the narcissist, or you want to make it feel like, oh yeah, I'm committed to you. I'll do anything for you. You know, you come first. You know, you make me feel happy, and I want to please you. I want to do everything that I can to make you feel good. So it's like a lot of us, we're going out of our ways to please the narcissist, when in actuality the narcissist is slowly but surely isolating you from people that really care about you and people that can really help you to see that this person is toxic and this person is really unhealthy for you. You get what I'm saying? So I know that was a lot for the one little note there. But anyway, then this kind of resonates as well with the changed behavior in social settings. So a lot of us, another symptom is we kind of isolate ourselves from social people or like settings, like going out again with friends. You don't want to be out in public. You rather be like at home. Depending on whatever stage it is that you are dealing with the narcissist. So like, let's say if you're love bombing, then you're going to want to, or if the narcissist has already love bombed you, you're going to want to be around that person all the time because they're giving you time, energy, effort, and attention. So you're going to want that over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Or let's say you're in the value stage. So now this person is devaluing you. So now you don't want to be around the narcissist and you don't want to be around your friends because maybe you're kind of embarrassed, maybe you're kind of ashamed and you don't want to tell people what's going on. So now you just want to be by yourself. You too like prideful to let people know like, hey, I'm being abused, or hey, this person isn't good for me, but I still have a unhealthy, toxic attachment. Like you want to make it seem like, oh, this person treats me right. They are like my Prince Charming. I want to marry this person. I want to have children. But in actuality, this person is like behind the scenes abusing you. You know what I mean? So by these kind of behavioral symptoms could kind of keep you isolated from being in the public. So just be careful about that. And again, same thing, lower enthusiasm for social activities. You don't want to go out. You don't want to be around people. Maybe you like, let's say after you've been discarded, you don't trust people. You don't want to be around anybody, a fear of being hurt or fear of being taken advantage of. It's really sad when you think about it. It's really, truly sad. The symptoms or what happens to you after narcissistic abuse. You don't trust life anymore. But luckily with me, I trusted God. So I was able to overcome that. But I understand a lot of us, we're still struggling. We're still dealing with a lot of these behavioral symptoms, and it's crushing. But what I will say, it does take time to heal, to grieve. But you can do it and you can get back out there and you could start dating again, or you could just start trusting people again. You could put yourself out there, let your guards down. I know our guards are so up there. Our guards are high. We don't trust anybody. Or some of us, we even become narcissists. I don't even talk about that on any of the videos, but like after you've been hurt or betrayed or lied to or whatever, a lot of us, we become narcissists. It's sad. And that's actually how, excuse me, you guys, I hate to touch my nose in the video, but that's how a lot of narcissists become how they are, because somebody has hurt them, somebody abused them, somebody mistreated them or something. And then that's how they become a narcissist. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. And the same thing goes with distant behavior. All right. So last but not least, you guys are pretty quiet in the chat today. But yeah, so we got cognitive symptoms of narcissistic abuse. So we got fuzz thinking, question your sanity, justify the narc actions, and negative thoughts about yourself. And again, this is so painful. But again, I remember how I went through all of this, with the fuzz thinking, questioning your sanity. Especially that happens a lot with the gaslighting. The narcissist will use that to make you question like your own judgment, which I think is so damaging to a person, to an individual, because it's like you're not even trusting your own judgment. Like the narcissist does that because they don't want you to trust like what it is that you feel. Some of our parents made us do that. Unfortunately, maybe if you had a narcissistic parent, or maybe the parent wasn't a narcissist, but maybe they just made you question like yourself. I mean, to me, I think that's abusive. So maybe they could have been a narcissist, because I don't think like a normal person would do something like that. But anyway, but yeah, these are some cognitive symptoms. But the even sadder part is like a lot of us, after we have been abused by the narcissist, we might think that they're capable of change. We have hope for the situation. We think like, oh, maybe they'll get better, or maybe they were just having a bad day, or maybe, because of their upbringing, their childhood, things could eventually get better. And sometimes, maybe our family or a friend or even a coach like myself, I might come around and, maybe you guys get a session or whatever the case is. And then some of you guys might try to justify their actions, like justify why they lied to you, or justify why they cheated on you, or justify why they abused you, or anything like that. And it's because, it's a symptom of your abuse. You get what I'm saying? It's not like you're wanting to do this. It's like, it's just you're justifying it, And it's not saying it was right or wrong. It's like you're almost defending like what happened to you. Like, it's crazy, but it happens. And again, don't judge yourself. It's just, that's what will happen. And this also, last but not least, is negative thoughts about yourself, or even you could have negative thoughts about others as well. But when it comes to yourself, yeah, you can think negatively, and that's hurtful because you didn't deserve to be abused by a narcissist. But after you have been, or maybe you continue to meet narcissists and you continue to fall into these karmic cycles, you just have negative thoughts about yourself. Maybe you just don't expect much from yourself anymore. That's how a lot of us, we turn out to be, unfortunately, until, again, we get that much needed help, that much needed counsel, coaching, or whatever the case is. And we start to learn about ourselves, learn about our worth, learn about our value. We learn to, focus on ourselves, go and what makes you happy, what brings you joy, focus on your hobbies, your goals, your dreams. Sophisticated breed, they keep mistreating a person and keep doing the same things over and over again. It gets to a point where you're just tired of the cycle over and over in their lives. Yeah, it's really sad. Thank you for that comment, Sophisticated breed. Yeah, so most definitely. It's truly sad. But like I said, it's up to all of us to decide to change. It's up to us to decide that hey, we need help. Or let's say you want to be a coach for narcissistic abuse. You could do something like that where you can help other people, like basically like how I do, so that's what it's all about, giving back, but also healing. Do the proper healing. Take your time. Do not rush your healing process. Do not believe what they have on Instagram and those memes talking about the best way to get under somebody is to get under someone new. No, because then you're going to keep repeating that cycle of karmic lessons. And no, you don't want to continue to hurt yourself and then hurt somebody innocent in the process. That's the worst thing you could do. So never do that. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to do a love oracle reading after this. So if you guys want to follow me over there, I'm going to do another live. So yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure you always live narc free. If you guys would like to try a coaching session, always the information is on my website, or you can send me an email. I love to have a session with you guys. Other than that, you guys take care and have a great day and stay healthy. Oh, wait. Okay. So you said I came in late. When are you doing another narc live? Another narc live. Usually I do them on Sundays. But I could probably do one tomorrow as well. I'm not too sure. But if you're subscribed to my channel, you can always get the notifications of when I have my lives. Also, Sophisticated Bree, make sure that you are following me on Instagram at Live Narc Free, because sometimes I do lives on there. But right after this, I'm going to be doing a live, or it's either a live or a recorded video for my love oracle and tarot readings. But I know because some of my subscribers, they watch my love readings, and then other ones they watch my narc coaching videos. But anyway, so that's that, you guys. Have a great day. Stay healthy. Stay strong. Everything that's going on in the world. I mean, it's most important to take care of yourself first and foremost. Take care of your health. We got a nice long life to live, you guys. You're welcome, Sophisticated Bree. So yeah, you guys, you have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.